Hey everyone, in this video we're going to go over some of the progress we've made at Mountain Haven, which is our tiny house community just outside of Floyd, Virginia. And you'll be able to take a tour of what we're calling phase 2, which is 16 new spots that are becoming available, 3 of which I believe are already taken. We'll get a quick tour of what it looks like, so enjoy. Walking around the neighborhood, just giving some updates on some spots. This is spot 6. Now, that's from the old campground this used to be. We haven't updated that yet. This will be spot 10. This one goes very, very far back. We have a smaller spot here, which is spot 12. This would accommodate a smaller tiny home. Spot 13. This one for the time being has an old, I'm not sure what's one built that has an old like makeshift grill. That's going to be taken away. Now this would be a really nice spot for a large tiny home. And also if you had a picture window out the back, you could see down into the field below. So it'd be a nice view. And right here we have spot 14. There. Then here, this next spot actually had some construction debris that we were storing here. We're in the process of moving that, but that's spot 15. So all this will be cleaned up, but as you can see, this one goes very, very far back too. This would accommodate a larger tiny home. Spot 15. Then this down below right here, I'll come around here so you can see a spot 17. So this would easily accommodate probably, I'd say, a 32 footer. You swing around here, you have spot 16. Now 16 is a pass around spot. It kind of drive in and drive out. So about I would say a 20-foot tiny home here, a smaller, maybe 24, could go here, and then the car could go over here, or vice versa. You could have it brought in where the back of the tiny home is here, and then the front is here, then you'd have your car there. Then you have spot, what is this? So that's 16, this is 18 right here. So this would accommodate a decent sized tiny home. Then over here, again, that was spot 17. Then if you come down a little bit farther below, spot 19, which is right here. This is more so at the bottom. Now this is a very, very long one. This would easily accommodate a 40-foot tiny home. Goes way back there. It might be hard to see in the camera, but this is for a very, very long tiny home. So that's where we just came from. We started here, we walked all the way around, then we came back through. And this is what's going to be the pavilion up here. And also, well, the pavilion's back there, and we just put a fire pit over there. Then also this room, which used to be a laundry room in the front, and then a wash house, is going to be converted into the community center. That building you see right there is the water pump house. All the tiny homes up here from phase 1 are up here. There's quite a few behind that white one right there. I think there's 7 in all. That noise you hear over there, there's up the patch up there, up the field up there, are blueberry patches, which are, they have bird wire around them, so you can go in there and there's tons of blueberries, and I think there's raspberries as well. Maybe some blackberries. But over here, as you can see, this used to be an old garden area that was pretty much dying. So we're ripping all that out right now, and that's going to be where the dog park goes. So that'll be very nice. You come around here, there's 2 older cabins where those are going to be converted into fully functional cabins at some point in the future. For the time being, when we come here and work, we've just been staying in them. But as you can see, there's a huge field that goes way down here. So as you come in, on the other side of there is the entrance right here, this road right here, where you can see Gabe's on that. Right behind him is the exit. So the entrance is over there, exit over there. It comes around. It comes around through this way. There's a circle that way, and then also it goes all the way around where we just came from. So then I'll walk you over here. This big field will be perfect for picnics, throwing frisbee, just laying out in the sun. The summers here are gorgeous. There's a trailer here right now because that's that equipment up there that you just saw was what the trailer came on. So that won't be there. We may put some more cabins here in the future. As you can see, there's already electric and water, which probably needs upgrading. But very big field. Mountain Haven altogether is almost 18 acres, so it's a large community. And all of this in the future, maybe if we bring tiny homes in here, this will be all gravelled. But if we don't bring tiny homes in here, a lot of that boils down to permitting and things like that. But if we don't bring tiny homes back here, it would just stay as is. And so it'd be an open field there and an open field that we're about to go into, another field. Yeah, so as you come back here, this used to be tent camping only. So you can see it there, there's water spigots so people would wash their dishes, and right here you can see it's like each one of those. But this is another field that was used for camping. There's a little spot right there too. So this would all be sunny. This would be big sunny open field in the future if we're allowed. A lot of this has to do with, so you can see the land goes up really high there, so we're not sure where we could put septic tanks back here. But this is another big, beautiful field. If you just sit here for a second, it's very quiet. Very quiet. Yeah, as you can see, there's water and electric on those. So if we brought in sewer, these right here could be accommodate already very small tiny homes, because there's 20 amps of power, which is enough for a smaller tiny home. And then down on the other side over here is a ravine. So that's not really going to be anything, but you can kind of see out into the woods. Very quiet out here. That's why we decided to call it Mountain Haven, because very peaceful. So then we come down here, there is our lake down below. And at some point in the future, we're not sure if we're going to or not, we'd like to put a pier out here so you could kind of, maybe right here, you walk through and there'd be a pier out there. At one point, the spring which feeds this lake stopped several months ago, and it must be a seasonal thing because it's started again. But you can come out here and walk around and get some steps in as well. Just kind of walk the property. If you were to walk this property just a few times a day, you would get a lot of steps and a lot of exercise. But I'll kind of take you around. When we get to the back here, that'll kind of conclude the tour. But I've never caught anything, but I know people have told me that they've caught, I think it's perch, and I want to say smallmouth bass, but I'm not sure. I've seen fish in here jumping, but I'm just not sure what they are. It's not a swimming pond. This is just for looking at and fishing. As you can see when you come around here, very pretty view. So that's the tour of Mountain Haven.